What is going on, Magnum Militia?
Hello, hello.
My name is Ryan Russo.
I'm Daisy Daniels.
That's Daisy, whatever, that way. That's Daisy Daniels. Welcome to Magnum Pro Recoil, the rebirth of Magnum Pro Recoil. Daisy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to start something new, a little post-show trend.
I'm still hungover with excitement from Anniversary Volume 10.
And me both.
And we'll get into that tonight. But just to get into what Recoil is, Danny. So those of you that don't know, those that are watching Magnum Pro, saw Anniversary and are here tonight, Daisy, tell them what Recoil is.
Recoil is our little almost talk show about Magnum Pro. Ryan and I used to do the show a long time ago.
4 years ago.
Back when Magnum still lived at Sokol Auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
We'd do interviews. We'd talk about all the rumblings backstage. We'd get you behind the scenes. It was a good time. And now we get to do it again.
That's right. So now what we're going to do is every month we will do a pre-show show talking about the matchups, special guests, who knows may show up, but we will always have a live pre-show before a monthly show. Then the Tuesday following, like tonight, we will have a live recap, and you never know who may show up. Not to mention, we have a huge match announcement tonight for our next event in February, and we'll get to that later on. But Daisy, let's just overall this weekend, what was the experience for you this weekend?
This weekend was honestly the most incredible Magnum Pro show I've ever been a part of. Been doing this for a long time now. I've been around, whether it was selling tickets at the door or camera on the ringside or backstage as I have been now for a while. It's been a long time, and that energy is not something I'm going to forget.
Yeah.
It was electric, to say the least.
Yeah, I can't even put into words the amount of just excitement, electricity, and the positivity coming from Saturday. And like I said, we'll talk about the matches and all of the shenanigans that went down, because there were plenty of them Saturday night. And I guess we can just go right into it, because the first match of the night on our main card was a lumberjack match for the Magnum Tag Team title match. So there's, 20, 30 people out there ringside?
Yep.
All wearing masks on. You marks who think, well, they're not COVID safe. Every wrestler had a mask on.
It's true.
Safety's our first priority, folks. Chaos ensues. You have
As it
good
always does.
guys.
When you have that many people surrounding a ring, it's obviously going to get out of hand a couple of times.
Yeah. Just the fact that, you had the good guys on one side, the bad guys on the other. I mean, Popsicle and Revolution, DF, whatever.
I have no idea.
What is this? What's up? Photos by Manning. Appreciate you, buddy. I love that we can have this pop up. We can see it.
This is great.
I love this. But the fact that the match itself was okay. I mean, typical shenanigans, but it wasn't until the last 40 seconds of that match.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I've been gone for a while, Daisy. I've been gone for a hot second. When was the last time Preston Maxwell was in a Magnum Pro ring?
It's been a while. I honestly can't even tell you how long it's actually been, but he has not set foot even backstage of a Magnum Pro show in a long time.
I mean, I'm sitting there, curtain aside, I'm in there, gorilla, and I see him run out, and I'm like, what is he doing here?
Well, first of all, he completely fooled all of us. He had his regular mask on, he had a lucha mask on, and he was standing good guy's side. He was down there in the pit. Joey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was ringside.
Yeah, he was ringside. He was one of the lumberjacks, and he put himself in the good guy's position.
Huh. And that's saying something. So for people who are watching Magnum Pro for the first time, Daisy, give it a brief synopsis of who Preston Maxwell is.
Preston Maxwell and Pat Powers were once upon a time known as the PP Connection. And the PP Connection was one of our absolute elite tag teams. They had the titles God knows for how long, for God knows how many times, but they were always up to something, if you know what I'm saying. There was always something sneaky going on with them. And then they lost the belts and things went downhill, and Preston took a extended vacation, and now here we are.
Yeah. We had a comment from our favorite charismatic canine, Yellow Dog. Why does my head look photoshopped? Because it looks like I don't have a neck there, Yellow Dog, or what's? I don't. It's a green wall, folks. Next time I'll have photos up here. Okay, I'll make sure that I have a background behind.
We'll put him in Hawaii or something.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or just Yellow Dog's doghouse. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So, but anyway, back on Preston Maxwell just comes in, completely lays out Donnie Pepper Cricket, which allows Pat Powers and Nikki Sent to get the 1, 2, 3 and become and still Magnum Pro Tag Team Champions.
I think my main question right now is what we witnessed the return of Preston Maxwell, or if it was a one-off type situation? Is he officially joining forces with the coalition now, or is he just going to go back into the shadows?
I don't know. But no, so I got some clarification here, Daisy. It's
Preston's head that looks photoshopped.
I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like that's not his body. Yeah, you're right. Huh. Good catch there, Canine. Good job, Yellow Dog.
Who knew dogs were so attentive?
I know. Gosh, I don't know. Are we talking? What are we gonna call these people now? The PP Revolution? What are we?
Wow, that's a mouthful.
What is this? I don't know.
I don't know what to call them except meh. That's how I feel about it.
But I mean, honestly, Daisy, you're talking about Nikki Sent, Mac. You're talking about Pat Powers. You're Joe DeSanti, and now Preston Maxwell.
That is a whole lineup of trouble.
And I mean, if Donnie Pepper Cricket and Tim Boston couldn't handle him, what's to say they're unstoppable right now? I
mean, we can't take away from the fact that they were ambushed.
Yeah,
Every time the coalition whatever has won, it's not exactly been a fair fight. I mean, not this show, but the last show, they had Tim Boston stranded somewhere in the cold because they put sugar in his gas tank.
Yeah.
Like, these guys aren't here to play fair.
Well, and I mean, you go back, even I've been gone for a while, but even when I was still around on my first venture with us, the PP Connection, Preston and Pat, I don't think they ever won a match fully clean. I don't think they ever won a match.
No, and even if we take the coalition
tactics
back to when they were the Revolution, we all know that 9 times out of 10, there were nefarious means in play there. Yeah.
Well, I had
nefarious means beating Joe DeSanti, by the way.
Right, and I've had some heated words with Joe, and I'm like, how do you, it was a message on a former podcast with a former colleague of mine that I asked him, I go, how do you feel about you being one person that know that your group can't win without your help? And it's like, yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with, and I'm not happy about it. All right.
I don't think anyone is.
Moving on to Miranda Gordy versus Marty Bell.
Ooh, talk about a banger.
It's always amazing to see women wrestling be showcased. But you're talking about 2 star quality athletes who put on a demonstration Saturday night.
They did.
With the potential of the show being completely stacked, I thought they did a great job and really set the bar high for that night.
I agree. They definitely put themselves in the running for match of the night, for me anyway. I'm a huge Marty Bell mark, so she wouldn't have had to do much.
No, this is my first chance to see Miranda Gordy in person.
Mine as well.
And I thought she was fantastic, and I would love to see her back. Absolutely great. Just
I agree.
Great person and a fantastic match.
Anytime for me, we can bring some female talent into Magnum Pro. I'm bound to have a good time.
Yeah, you're kind of outnumbered.
I am. It's very rare that I have any female cohorts backstage, so
yeah,
it was nice to have a little bit of estrogen there with me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that led us to the final match of the first half of the card, which was for the Gateway Championship between Duke Cornell and the champion Jeremy Wyatt.
Wow. That's the first thought that comes to mind is wow.
And I thought last month Wyatt and Fowler was a match.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh my God. Like, this match, you want to talk about technical, and Wyatt has even said that, he is a technical wrestler. He is a wrestler's wrestler. And he goes out and proves it every single time.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's gone through Fowler, and now he's gone through Duke Cornell, the Copperhead. Like,
2 of probably the biggest Magnum Pro stars.
And
ever.
to finish that match by putting Duke Cornell in a dragon sleeper. And that's how and we both know Duke in this company. He doesn't tap to just anybody.
No.
Actually, I don't think he's tapped to anybody.
I don't think that I've ever seen Duke Cornell tap before. Ever. I also don't know that I've ever seen anyone get such a leg up on Duke Cornell as Jeremy Wyatt did.
Yeah,
if you don't, the special rules and everything, it's a completely different kind of match than your everyday wrestler is used to.
Yep.
And I kind of feel a little bit that maybe Duke Cornell wasn't prepared for what Jeremy Wyatt brought to him. He used his 3 rope breaks pretty early on. He got a warning for using a closed fist when it is not allowed. And it was fairly early in the match that it started to not look good for Duke Cornell.
Yeah. And I agree with the Dozer Cometh. He truly may be unbeatable in this atmosphere. In this type of strict rule setting, I don't think there's anybody that can beat Jeremy Wyatt.
I don't either.
Yeah. Then we brought to intermission. Let's take a break. We had a pre-show. We had a VIP pre-show.
We did.
Okay. Can I just talk about one? And you have more of an intimate knowledge with the Wrestle Shop kids.
I've spent some Saturdays in the Wrestle Shop. That's
okay.
for sure.
And I know there's one person in particular that I've been watching that you have a real strong distaste for.
Look, he comes at me I don't know why we're acting like this is my fault. This kid comes at me for no reason. First of all, he shows up with a name like McGregor as if we haven't been there, done that.
Like that's not cursed, a name cursed in Magnum Pro.
And then he just mouths off all the time. Ugh.
Anyway, talk to me about Braxton Nash, because he is on a terror.
He is coming in to turn things up. That is for
go ahead
sure.
And he put up this on Facebook today. He says, the reset for the new Magnum Pro has begun. Don't miss me. Continue picking off these Magnum staples one by one. I mean, he's already 2/3 through the Hot Mess Express.
Yes, Dickham and Jack Darling have gone down.
You want to talk about somebody who is young and hungry and impressive.
He truly is. I've seen Braxton Nash numerous times out at the Wrestle Shop, and I cannot say enough about his talent. His attitude, but his talent is absolutely there.
Yeah. It's one of those things where he has the physique and the attitude and the skill to back it all up. It's not one of those big guys that just shows up and just says that they can do things.
He proves it.
This kid's athletic and absolutely proves it. All right, back to the main card. We after intermission, we had Eugene versus Niles Plunkett. Is that
how you say it?
Well, that's how he made Pete change it, because it was Plonk.
I definitely just said Plonk the whole
time.
No,
he made Pete, our ring announcer, say Plunkett, bringing back sophistication and thinking that he was going to make Eugene Dinsmore sophisticated. Great match. Really great match. Eugene.
It was a fun match. I mean,
my gosh.
You can't put Eugene in a ring and have a bad time.
I mean,
it's not going to happen.
He's our friend and everybody else's. I mean, he's just there to have a great time. And
he's going to put a smile on your face.
Absolutely.
He's going to steal your smoking jacket and make you very angry.
And drink your wine and spit it back in the glass is what.
That's what's going to happen.
Gosh. And then that brought us to one of our two main events of the evening. And I'm getting chills just thinking about it. It was Jason Strife.
I wore a very appropriate shirt.
Oh, God, yes.
For after the fact.
It was Jason Strife versus the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis. And I want to give a huge shout out to Photos by Peyton for getting these photos. Gosh, if you don't know who she is, make sure you go on Facebook, like her stuff. Give her a shout out, because these are her photos and they're fantastic. I mean, look at the 10 pounds of gold. The 10 pounds of gold were in Omaha, being defended in Omaha for the first time in 30 years, Daisy. 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that not even that, but the NWA championship, not even that it was Nick Aldis, the most prestigious wrestling title in the world, was in Omaha Saturday night.
It was.
And I don't care if it's, the bigger promotions, anything else. I want to say right now that match between Strife and Aldis has got to be in the top 10 matches of the last 5 years. I don't care. That is hands down the respect level and the just pure just me being so proud of being able to be a part of that. Hands down is the best match in the last 5 years.
I definitely got a little teary-eyed during that match. I know how hard Strife has worked to get ready for this match, and he put it all out there. I actually told him later that night that I had never seen him look better than he did in that matchup, and it's 100% true. The level of skill and talent we saw to Jason Strife that night is exactly why he deserved that opportunity, because that is the type of worker he is.
And the fact that Aldis, even told him to come back to the ring, stand face to face with him in the center of that squared circle and shake his hand. And I don't know if I've gone back and looked at it. I don't know exactly what he said to Strife, but it said, of all of the matches I've had for this, you are one of them. And I thought, it's the coolest thing.
I don't remember exactly what was said, but Aldis did put up a very, very flattering post about that matchup on Instagram the next day.
Yeah.
And it was a very proud moment for me. I have been a big Jason Strife supporter for a very long time now. And to see him finally get what he deserves, and hopefully it doesn't end here, because he could go to the moon.
Mm-hmm. And with a match like that, there is a glass ceiling that is about to shatter.
Well, and I mean, and you have to take into effect that before this matchup, Nick Aldis all but had no idea who Jason Strife even was.
Nope.
I don't think Aldis was remotely concerned about how this matchup was going to go until he was in the middle of it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the tweet he sent out before he got on the plane was, I'm defending the title this weekend.
With the ticket link. That was it. He had no idea.
No idea who Jason Strife. He now does.
Definitely.
And we'll never forget who Jason Strife is.
I mean, there were definitely at least 2 pinfalls that were real close to 3 on the side for Strife.
The Shining Wizard, he kicked out of that. But can we also talk about the fact that Strife kicked out of the tombstone and the flying elbow from the top rope?
He did. Mind-blowing.
like I said, one of the best matches of the last 5 years. And if that wasn't enough, that wasn't the only main.
There was 2 main events.
There was a steel cage match for the Magnum Pro Heavyweight title between Red Wing the Barbarian and Triple B, as he now wants to be called, Bad Boy Benson.
Can we talk about how that match started out before it even got into the cage? About how Damian Saint and Triple B jumped Red Wing the second he set foot on those stairs? Talk about people who can't win a match by their own volition.
And if all of the outside attack, and it finally got into the ring. It finally got in there. It was finally Red Wing and Benson. And at one point, Daisy, I was in complete shock and awe, because instead of escaping the cage, Benson decided to get up on the cage.
Oh, God.
And then, I don't know.
He literally flew.
I don't know if it was whatever. It just jumped up top, missed Red Wing. But the thing that got me, I mean, Red Wing had a top rope power bomb on Triple B to the mat, and then his reverse power slam from the top rope that sealed the victory for Red Wing. Red Wing, your new
once again
Magnum Pro Heavyweight champion. I give that guy so much credit, because he was in a battle in this cage.
He was. It was, especially with getting jumped at the beginning, it did not look good for him for a while.
And you would think in a cage setting, and I don't know if you and Joey had talked about this, but with Red Wing picking the stipulation for this match being a cage, with Benson being a MMA type of guy.
We did touch on that.
That lives in a cage.
Exactly.
You would think it would play to his strength.
We took into the effect that in a wrestling setting, the cage is your weapon. You can use it against your opponent, while in an MMA setting, you're supposed to stay away from it.
Right.
You can't use it as a factor. I mean, in a wrestling match, you can drag your opponent's face up against it. You can throw them into it, which we saw numerous times. And I think that had more to do with it. Is TJ's used, or Triple B, whatever the hell he wants to be called today.
Right.
He is used to the fact that you stay away from the cage. You're not supposed to use it. And I think he took more into account of his kicks, and we all know that that's how he gets the job done 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Those legs are a dangerous weapon, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, folks, so that was Anniversary Volume 10 was one for the history books. And if you want to see it, if you have not seen it yet, make sure you go on our Facebook page, on Twitter, because it is only going to be available for free for only a couple of more days. Yep. It will disappear off of Facebook. It'll disappear off of Twitter. And the only place you can watch it is on our iwtv.com page. Okay, so if you want to see it for free, make sure
all
you
our
go
social
on.
medias now.
It's all of our social media, and that includes the pre-show that we're talking about Braxton Nash. That also includes the main show with Nick Aldis and the steel cage match. It's crazy, but
I was just gonna say, I think I know what time it is.
I think you're right. I think it is now time.
I think we've got a show announcement, don't we?
Absolutely, we have a show announcement and our first match announcement for our show in February. So
February
Daisy,
20th season premiere.
Take it away, Daisy. Who do we got?
All right, our first match announcement for February 20th season premiere is none other than Damian Saint versus new Magnum Pro champion Red Wing the Barbarian.
Now, in that Battle Royale Cup, technically, Damian Saint has a victory over Red Wing the Barbarian via DQ.
He had a shady assist from Triple B, but
absolutely,
he does have a win over the Barbarian, which is exactly why he's been given this opportunity.
And I believe, if you forgive me if I'm wrong here, Daisy, but I believe that's for the Magnum Pro Championship.
It is. It is, in fact, for the title.
So,
which is going to play into an interesting dynamic now that we've seen Damian Saint aligned with Triple B, who just a couple days ago held that title.
So it just makes me want to know if Damian Saint is going to spend another 2 hours in the woods looking for him.
With some geese.
In
a vuvuzela.
That's right. Yep. Tickets are now on sale at magnumpro.ticketleap.com.
They're already selling fast. It's only
selling fast.
36
we got tables,
hours.
Ringside tickets, general admission, but you need to make sure that you are there because this is only the first match announcement of the night, folks. There are weeks on weeks of potentially amazing match announcements coming. You never know who's going to show up.
We don't.
It's amazing. So, Daisy, I mean, first Recoil back, or second Recoil back, but first Recoil recap.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. Recoil recap.
All right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, all right. Ching. It's been a Magnum minute. All right. It's alliteration. I'm sorry. It's bad.
You are like a poet over there.
I try. All right, Daisy. So what are we looking forward to going into season premiere in February? What's the one storyline you're looking into February?
Oof. I'm really interested in seeing what happens between the Coalition and Popsicle. I can't imagine that rivalry is over.
No.
Especially if Preston Maxwell is going to continue to hang around. I can't wait to see what happens there. What about you?
I know we talked about Braxton Nash here a little bit, but I'm really excited what the future has for this young lad. Because I would love to see Braxton Nash and Red Wing go at it. I absolutely would, because I think that would be a barn burner of a match, and I think it'd be very well evenly matched.
I agree.
So who knows? Within a year, 2 years, I mean, if he's going to, like he says, he's going to tear through the staples of Magnum Pro. Right now, the staple is Red Wing.
Oh, look, the culture's here.
The culture's here. Oh, no.
I see Con Artiste.
There he is. Oh, gosh. But yeah, the staple of Magnum Pro right now is Red Wing. And anybody going through Red Wing, it's a tall task.
It is.
Oh, we got that was Brandon Nitro there. Something about a bang there for you, Daisy.
What?
It's something like that. Pull that back up.
My.
Pull that graphic back up. What was that? Nope, they're gonna pull it. They're not gonna pull it back. Not worth bringing it back up. Okay.
Oh boy.
That's all right, Brandon Nitro. Something about a bang for Daisy. I don't know. We'll have to look it back.
Hey, I'll tell him I'll hit him up. It's fine. We'll get it figured out.
That's right. That's right. Too inappropriate. You tell him. Anyway, folks. So the next time you will see Daisy and I together on a Recoil set is the night or the day before season premiere in February. So
maybe we'll pop in.
Maybe
then.
You never know. We may come in on a Tuesday night.
It gets boring sitting at home all the time. We show up.
We technically are still in a global pandemic, so you never know. I mean, who knows? Daisy and I just may come on and play video games. Invite you along.
I have a Wii. That's the only video game console I own.
Okay, so I will be playing video games and Daisy will be commentating.
Scold you about it.
That'd be kind of fun. Just me playing video games and you and Joey commentating on my play.
I'll David Attenborough the hell out of it. It'll be great.
That's fantastic. All right, folks. Well, that's enough for us tonight. Magnum Recoil. For Daisy Daniels, I'm Ryan Russo. Have a great night. We'll see you in February.